So, dear student, we have to discuss the MCQs on the introductory and the concept of acid and basis parts. So, we have sending the 20 MCQs for the day. So, let us discuss one by one. The first MCQ is, which of the following is not a strong electrolyte? Which of the following is not a strong electrolyte? And we have four options. First one is acetic acid. First one is acetic acid. The second one is hydrochloric acid, means the HCl. The third one is sulfuric acid, that means the H2SO4. And fourth one is a sodium hydroxide, means the NaOH. As we discussed earlier that what are the strong electrolyte? A strong electrolyte which dissociate completely into its ions. Here, if we write the formula for acetic acid here, if we write the formula of acetic acid is this. So, out of this, which is a strong electrolyte? Strong electrolyte means which dissociated completely into its ions. And if we see these four options, then the first one A, B, C, D, and therefore we have here acetic acid, HCl, H2SO4 and NaOH. And if we see carefully, then the HCl, H2SO4 and NaOH, these are the strong electrolyte. This is a strong acid, this is also a strong acid, and this is a strong base. And as we see, all the strong acid and strong bases and the salt are strong electrolyte, and therefore here which of the following is not a strong electrolyte? Acetic acid is not a strong electrolyte because it dissociates partially into its ions. That means this is the dissociation, or this is the partial dissociation. And therefore HCl, H2SO4, NaOH will dissociate completely, but it dissociates partially, and therefore this is not a strong electrolyte, means this is a weak electrolyte. This is a weak electrolyte. So the correct option for the first question is A. The correct option is A. Second, the degree of dissociation of an electrolyte is given by the expression. The degree of dissociation is denoted by a letter alpha, which is equal to, how we define the alpha? Alpha, which is equal to the number of mole dissociated divided by the total number of mole. As we see in the revision part, alpha is the number of mole dissociated to the total number of moles, and therefore this is the degree of dissociation. And therefore in these four options A, B, C, D, if we see carefully, then the B option, alpha, which is equal to number of moles dissociated to the total number of moles, that means the correct option for the second number question is option B. Is option B. Next, third question. According to the Arrhenius theory, base is a substance. Arrhenius theory, according to the Arrhenius theory, acid is a substance which gives rise to H plus ions in an aqueous solution, and a base is a substance which gives rise to OH minus ions in an aqueous solution. which gives rise to OH minus ions in an aqueous solution. So, what is the question third? According to Arrhenius theory, base is a substance that gives the OH minus ions in an aqueous solution. Therefore, the correct option is option B. According to the Arrhenius theory, OH minus ions means which gives the OH minus ions is called as a base. Question 4. According to the Lewis concept, an acid is. We have seen the Lewis acid-base theory, and according to the Lewis concept, an acid is electron pair acceptor and base is electron pair donor. So, if we see the carefully, according to the Lewis concept, an acid is a proton donor? No. This is according to the which concept? This is according to Lowry and Bronsted concept. Proton acceptor? No. Electron pair donor is called as a base and electron pair acceptor is called as a acid according to the Lewis concept. So, the correct option is option D. According to the Lewis concept, an acid is electron pair acceptor. The conjugate acid of NH3 is, if NH3 is a base, NH3 is a base, then what is the conjugate acid of these base? As we see the conjugate acid base pair in the revision lecture, HCl and Cl minus. If HCl is an acid, then and Cl minus is its conjugate base, then the conjugate base having one less proton. Conjugate base is having less proton than the acid, and conjugate acid having more proton. Conjugate acid having a more proton than the base. If NH3 is a base, if NH3 is a base, then the conjugate acid of this base which is having one more proton, that means this accepting a proton, if NH3 accepts a proton, then it becomes NH4 plus. Because if this is an base, then the conjugate acid of this base having one more proton, and therefore it becomes NH4 plus. So the correct option for the fifth number question is option A. Next, which one of the following is a Lewis acid? Which one of the following is Lewis acid? And we have given the four options: anhydrous AlCl3, then NH3, H2O and HCl. Then here, according to the Lewis concept, an acid is a shared pair electron acceptor and base is a lone pair donor. If we see carefully, then in NH3, nitrogen having one lone pair, in H2O, water having two lone pair, and in HCl, chlorine it having a 3 lone pair. And if they are having a lone pair, then obviously it donates a lone pair of an electron, and these three are the Lewis bases. These three are the Lewis bases. Then what is the Lewis acid? AlCl3, aluminium trichloride or anhydrous AlCl3 is a Lewis acid. Because it accepts a electron to complete their octet. Because it is a electron deficient, and therefore it 7. All nucleophiles are. From your previous year knowledge, if we see the electrophiles and nucleophiles in the part 2nd of the chemistry, then the electrolytes are the electron deficient. Electron deficient means they accept an electron to complete the octet, and nucleophiles are the electron rich species. Electron rich means they can donate electron to the another. Therefore, all the nucleophiles, they donate the lone pair of an electron because they are the electron rich, and therefore the nucleophiles are the Lewis bases, because the Lewis bases which donates the lone pair of an electron. That means, according to the Lewis concept, a base which is a substance which donates a lone pair of an electron, and therefore the option D is correct for the 7th number question. That means all the nucleophiles are the Lewis bases. 8. Which of the following is a Lewis base? Lewis base means which is having a lone pair of an electron: hydrazine, AlCl3, ammonium chloride and ammonium ion. Hydrazine means NH2. Hydrazine means NH2. Then AlCl3. Third one is NH4Cl, and the fourth one is NH4 plus ammonium ion. As we know, Lewis bases are the electron pair donor, and in hydrazine, nitrogen having a lone pair. In all the threes, they do not contain a lone pair. They are the electron deficient, and therefore these are the Lewis acid. But the hydrazine is a Lewis base. It is a Lewis base, and therefore 8 number having a answer, that is A. Hydrazine is a Lewis base. All are the Lewis acids because they are electron deficient. They accept a lone pair of an electron. 9 number BF3. BF3 means the boron trifluoride. Boron having how many electron? They are having the 5 electron. In the BF3, boron having electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2 and 2p1. That means it contains how many unpaired electron in the outermost shell? It contains 1 electron. What is the valency of BF3? It is equal to 3. That means it contains the how many electron in the outermost shell? 3. When it forms a bond with the fluorine having electron 7, 9, that means 1s2, 2s2, 2p5. Fluorine having electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2 and 2p5. Means here only 1 electron is present in the outermost p shell and the 2 electrons are present in the s shell for the boron. Here in the fluorine, here how many electrons are present? Here the 5 electrons are present in the outermost shell. Means fluorine, it contains how many lone pair? It contains 3 lone pair, and when it forms a bond with the fluorine, then the octet it gets incompleted. Here the octet of a boron is incompleted, and therefore it is having, they want a electron and they accept a electron, and therefore the BF3 is a Lewis acid because it is an electron deficient species. Because it is a electron deficient species, and therefore BF3 is a Lewis acid. Therefore the correct option is B. Next, which of the following is a monoprotic? Mono means one, protic means proton. Which of the following contains the monoprotic acid? The first one is malonic acid, which is having more than one proton. Oxalic acid, that means H2C2O4, or nitric acid HNO3, and the phosphoric acid, that means H3PO4. Malonic acid म्हणजे HCOOH, CH2HCOOH, and therefore out of these, which contains one proton? HNO3. It contains only one proton. When it dissociated, it gives rise to one proton. It gives two proton, it gives three proton, it gives number of proton, and therefore the HNO3, which gives the 3 proton, and therefore the correct option is option C. Then next, which of the following molecule acts as a Lewis acid? Lewis acid means which are the electron deficient, and the Lewis bases are the electron rich. Therefore they can donate a lone pair of an electron. And if we see the 4 atom, boron, oxygen, phosphorus and nitrogen, in that oxygen are the electron rich, then phosphorus are also from the oxygen family, nitrogen having a lone pair of an electron, but the boron is electron deficient. Boron is electron deficient. They require the electron to complete their octet, and therefore the first compound BCH3 thrice is a Lewis acid. Therefore the option A is correct for the 11th number question. 12. Which of the following is a weakest acid? Which of the following is a weakest acid? Weakest acid means which gives rise to a proton. Strongest acid means which gives rise to number of protons, and weakest acid means which gives rise to less number of proton. This MCQ we will discuss tomorrow after we have seen the concept of dissociation, or the concept of K, acid dissociation constant, and the pKa means the potential of acid dissociation constant. Okay, then the liquid used in automobile battery contains some applicable question on the acids. The liquid used in automobile batteries, and we know the liquid used in automobile battery is a dilute sulfuric acid. So you have to remember that the liquid which is used in the automobile battery is a dilute sulfuric acid. So option D is correct for the 13th number question. Next, which of the following is not a Lewis base? Lewis base. Well, Lewis base means what? Which contains the lone pair of an electron. In the first CH4, it does not having any atom which is having a lone pair of an electron, but the C2H5OH means alcohol, acetone and amine. Alcohol, acetone, it contains the oxygen which is having a lone pair of an electron. Therefore they are the bases. Amines are also, in amines it contains the nitrogen, and nitrogen having a lone pair of an electron, and therefore it is also a base. But the CH4 is a Lewis acid because it does not have any atom which having a lone pair of an electron, and therefore the correct option is option A, the 15th number question. Which of the following is not a Lewis acid? Lewis acid is not a Lewis acid. BF3, AlCl3, FeCl3, as we see earlier, BF3 is an acid, AlCl3 is an acid, and also FeCl3 is an Lewis acid, because all these species are the electron deficient. They accept a lone pair of an electron, but the PH3 means in the phosphorus they are having a lone pair of an electron, and therefore it is a Lewis base. Therefore, the option D is correct for this question. Next, 16 number question is repeated. 8 number and 16 number question are same. So sorry for that. Next, carbanions. We know what are the carbo and what are the carbanions. Means what are the carbocation and what are the carbanions. Carbanions are the anions, and anions are the electron rich species having the negative charge. Means the electron rich species means the carbanions are Lewis bases, because the Lewis bases are the lone pair donor, because they are having a lone pair. So the carbanions are the Lewis bases. Next, the conjugate acid of water is, if we consider a water, that means H2O. Water is the conjugate acid, and we know the conjugate acid, it is having one more proton. Conjugate acid, if it is a base, then the acid having a one more proton, means it forms the, by accepting a proton, H3O plus, and that means the conjugate acid of, if H2 is considered as a base, then the conjugate acid of this base is a H3O plus. Therefore, it is having option C. Then conjugate acid of NH2 minus. NH2 minus is a base, and the acid means it is having one extra proton, and therefore NH2 minus, by accepting a proton, it forms the NH3. It forms a NH3. So the correct option is option D. The bronze state chloric acid in the reversible reaction. Here we have given one reversible reaction, and in that reaction, what is the bronze state chloric acid? This is for your homework question. If we understand what is Lewis concept of an acid and base, what is the Arrhenius concept of an acid and base, and what is Lowry concept of an acid base, then it depends on that. So dear student, in today's first lecture, we have mostly traced on the acid base concept of Lewis, Arrhenius and the Lowry-Bronsted theory. So the much more questions which are dependent on these theory. So you have to do some more example on its own. So dear student, in the first lecture we have completed the introductory part and the acid base concept. So dear student, for the day, thank you.